I wanted to talk about the surgery itself and what led to the mommy makeover or needing surgery, for those of you who don't know the full story. So I found out that I had a gap in my abdomen shortly after Skylie was born. And so they gave me some documents and they said, here, do some of these exercises. It should heal itself. Well, it didn't. After 2 years of strategic exercise and getting my nutrition in line, I had also, in the process, because I had done so much trial and error, created my own nutrition program called Metablast Nutrition. You can find me on Facebook. Metablast Nutrition. I had been doing that for a year. So I had my nutrition in line, I had been exercising, and I finally got the okay after getting the gap down to like a 2-finger gap. It was like a 4 at the time. So 4 at the doctor's office, maybe a 5, which is like this big, which is huge. Got it down to 2, and I got the okay to start running in May or in April. So in April, I started running, and I was only running a few days a week, and all of a sudden I developed an umbilical hernia. So my stomach muscles were not strong enough to hold everything that it's supposed to hold, like your organs, back. So I had an umbilical hernia, and it just kept growing, getting bigger. So obviously I had stopped working out in May. I had stopped running. I had stopped doing all of those things, and I would have like these episodes where I would have to wear like a brace for a while, like a belly support or a back support, anything just to like keep my structure. And then it would go away. It would get a little bit smaller. And then if I overdid it, it would show up again. And so it just kept stretching my muscles out further and further and further. And so I finally saw my family doctor, and he checked it, and he was like, Allison, you need to go see a surgeon. Like, this is not okay. Your organs are not protected. This is bad. I'm like, okay. So I went to go see a surgeon. Well, first of all, the doctor said, do you want to see a general surgeon or a plastic surgeon? Well, what's the difference? He said, well, a plastic surgeon will probably make it look a little nicer, and they'll do like the skin removal and stuff. Yes, we definitely want the plastic surgeon. So went to go see the plastic surgeon, and he was like, this is bad. This is probably one of the worst cases that I've seen. The gap in your abdomen around your navel is bigger than my hand. And he's like 350-pound dude, like big hand, okay? So I had like a 6-finger gap around my abdomen, and I had a 2-finger split all the way down through my pelvis and all the way up through my rib cage. And that's very uncommon, really uncommon. So he's like, we need to do a full like medical tummy tuck. We're going to do full like muscle repair. We're going to repair the 2 hernias that you have. And we're also going to do the tummy tuck portion, which is like the skin removal and like any fat or whatever that is there. So while in the office, he was like, is there any other like procedure that you're interested in for plastic surgery? And I was like, well, and maybe an augmentation? He said, honestly, we can just tack that right on there. Okay. He said that it was going to be such a long recovery and so like painful, uncomfortable, all of those things that I wouldn't even notice this like the swelling or whatever in my chest. And so he was like, you just tack it on. It's not going to add any more to your downtime. It actually is probably going to save you money because the facility is already paid for, the anesthesiologist is already paid for, the consultations are already paid for. You just pay for the augmentation itself. Awesome. So it's going to save like $3,000 to $4,000 just to do it all at one time. Jeffrey only has to take off work one time. We only have to have childcare one time, only have to do recovery one time. Like, it just made sense. So leading up to that, it's called a mommy makeover when you have all of this done at the same time. Usually a mommy makeover is an augmentation, a tummy tuck, and liposuction. I didn't do any liposuction. But a mommy makeover is like kind of restoring your body back to what it was before having children. Well, I've never had a chest, but I've always been that person. Like when I first got a job and had my own money and like my checks would come in, I was always the one looking online at like herbal supplements and enhancement and blah, blah, blah. But I was never brave enough to actually purchase any of those things. But I've always been interested in filling out a shirt. It's always what I wanted to do. And I have a family filled with very busty women, and I didn't get any of those genes at all. My grandmother's like, yep, you're probably the smallest chested grandchild that I have. Not really an award that I want, but whatever. So, yeah, so I decided to tack that on there, and it really hasn't been bad at all. Like the doctor said, after having children and nursing and stuff, it kind of just feels like milk's coming in. Basically, that's what it feels like in comparison to the pain that I'm feeling in my abdomen. So let's just, get that out of the way. So I do have a friend who's male and has known me most of my life, and he was talking to my friend, his wife. He's like, so I've known her whole life, and she's basically a board. So what do I say when I see her? So my friend was like, you say, hey, Allison, nice rack. And you break the ice, and we move on. So I don't know. So for those of you wanting to do a mommy makeover, I'll give you like the stats of what I did. I had nothing. I was definitely not even an A, not even close to an A. And I had 500 cc's. I did the gel implants, and they were moderate plus. So there's like low profile, high profile, moderate plus. So I did the one that's not the biggest. Anyway, I don't know what size I am because there's so much swelling right now that they're like larger than life. But I know the swelling is going to go down. And so I have no idea what size this is. I just went with the doctor's suggestion because of him being the professional and my body size. He's like, I'll give you something that just looks very natural. I said, okay. So that's what we went with. And so then with the recovery itself, it's going to be a long recovery. I'm supposed to have restricted movement for 2 weeks, which I've already done with week 1. I have a seroma, which is like a buildup of fluid. And now I have this song in my head, even though I know it's not the words, but it was like, my seroma. Okay, so that's what I feel is going on with my stomach. I have another appointment next week to drain some more fluid. I did not get drains with my tummy tuck because I didn't have very much fat there. So I just feel like that's a testament to my nutrition and having my nutrition in line. And the healthier you are leading up to surgery, the easier recovery is going to be, and your body's going to respond a little bit better. And so, so I didn't have enough to where they felt like they need to do a bunch of drains. With the fluid that is building up, they said that it's multi-purpose. Like, one, my body's just healing. There's going to be some fluid. Usually it's like 50 to 100 cc's. They said with this procedure that it was just very extensive, so that there's probably just more healing, and my body is just freaking out a little bit. And also I just need to take it easy. The fact that they had to take out 300 to 340 cc's when I was in last week just means I'm moving too much. And so I have to just take it easy. And then after this restricted week, then I will be on limited mobility, which means I still won't be able to do basic chores like bending and doing the dishes, cleaning up all of the clutter on the floor with the kids' toys thrown all over the place, and going up and down the stairs with laundry baskets, taking the laundry out of the washer, putting it into the dryer. Like those types of movements I still cannot do, but I'll be able to be at home by myself with my kids and still be able to cook and help them out and all of that. So anyway, I think that's the basic update. So now we're just taking it day by day. My husband's doing great. Being at home with the kids is definitely a change of pace. And on Saturday, he called his mom and asked for help. He's like, I'm going crazy. Can you please take the kids for a little bit? So, it's to be expected. But anyway, so I just wanted to give an update on what is going on and what led up to all of the surgery. So surgery was definitely the final option in getting the gap healed. So no more hernias. I'll be able to be athletic again after all of this healing process. They said it's going to be like 3 months. It'll probably be a good 6 months before I can really start working out. But that's okay. I can start doing the therapy stuff before that time. But anyway, so I am excited to get my life back, to be able to go grocery shopping and bring in the groceries, to move a shopping cart, to push the stroller, all the stuff I haven't really been able to do much or with ease since May. So I'm very happy. Thank you for following my journey. I'm doing video blogs because they were the most helpful for me when I was looking into this surgery. Just seeing what to expect and getting tips and tricks and mentally preparing myself, the videos are really helpful. So I wanted to be able to help somebody else who might be going through a similar situation with a mommy makeover, a tummy tuck, or anything like that. But also just to, like, this is a huge life change, and I want to be able to document it. And so that's what I am doing. So thank you so much for following me and for supporting me. Yeah, so keep chit-chatting with me, send me messages, whatever. I am sitting in this chair for a long time. So talk to you later.